Hi there, my name is Kara Ford, and I'm going to be talking to you today about tobacco and alcohol advertisement. I feel like it is a debate, and my position on this is that tobacco and alcohol advertisement should not be prohibited, but should be restricted. Um, According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 4,500 deaths a year result in underage and binge drinking, with the latter of which generally is defined as 6 drinks or more in one sitting. And this is taken from our reading by Campbell in 2017. Even this, with this statistic, it does not seem fair to me to blame all of this on advertising. Marketing and advertising a product is a way of sharing information so the public can see the information and decide for themselves the validity and the usefulness of the product. Um, we're stepping backwards, I feel like, when we're mandating who can advertise and who cannot. In today's world, so many harmful things are advertised. It's hardly seems fair to take one thing and make it bad and remove it from our presence when there's so many other bad things. For example, the pharmaceutical companies advertise drugs every day that do have harmful effects on our bodies. We see sex on television during the daytime, and when children are on there, it's advertising it and making it glamorous. The feeling of a new improved condom for children, as you see here, we make safe sexy. Also, fast foods are advertised knowing how they affect our health. There's shows advertising stunts such as Jackass or Ridiculousness with Johnny Knoxville and Rob Dyrdek that are also glorifying things that can hurt our children potentially. Having given my opinion on why tobacco and alcohol advertising should not be prohibited, here are just a few uh, of the points that I want to make. Due to the First Amendment and freedom of speech, the Federal Trade Commission has limited say on advertising for tobacco and alcohol, but they do have regulations and codes that are targeted um, towards the advertising of these in youth. So in the 1970s, the government had some sort of restrictions on tobacco and advertising due to its adverse side effects and um, harmful effects. So um, later on, these were loosened up, and as years went by, tobacco and alcohol advertising opened up the doors a little bit freer. And health providers have the right to market the effects of tobacco, such as oral cancer, and so I feel like it shouldn't be one sin is punished and the other is not. So I think we should have equal marketing regulations. Tobacco and alcohol advertising can also be educational to the public and to our younger generation as well. Marketing strategies by the health professionals can provide very informative views on tobacco and alcohol products in their advertising, and this makes the seduction of tobacco and alcohol less for children. Um, Advertising the potential risk can help aid the decision and mindset of those who think that they want to just try one cigarette. Having statistical information about smokers allows them to see the facts, the good side and the bad side. Um, so, um, given that there are so many stigmas about alcohol and tobacco advertising, there have been precautions that have to be taken to make sure to protect children, um, and those who are at potential risk of utilizing their products. And they do. They've had to mandate warnings to avoid lawsuits, and so alcohol and tobacco companies have so many codes that they have to follow, and their advertising is very, very restricted. They can't advertise on television, billboards, and stadiums, in in stores, they can only advertise with a limited amount of space. There are no free cigarettes given away like they do alcohol tastings. Um, so, in conclusion, all in all, tobacco and alcohol companies should not be banned from advertising, taking away their First Amendment. There are protocols set in place that should set to make sure precautions are taken when purchasing these products and to keep children from heading towards being a smoker or an alcoholic. Every year, more than 1 million adult smokers stop smoking, and 500,000 other adult smokers die from smoking related diseases. And therefore, tobacco companies recruit an average of 3,300 new young smokers every day to replace those who die or quit smoking.